This is Rick destroying the White House while fighting the president. And this is Rick blowing up a spaceship full of Zygerians.
Wow! What the hell?
He's basically a cosmic hurricane tearing through space, destroying everything and everyone in his path. So today, we're going through all 8 seasons of Rick and Morty to figure out how much damage the Galactic Federation's most wanted terrorists has actually caused. Starting with that absolutely wild house party he threw in Ricksy Business. Jerry is taking Beth on a romantic reenactment of the Titanic sinking, and Rick has been given strict instructions not to wreck anything in the house, otherwise Morty will never be allowed on another adventure again. Of course, the very second the parents drive away, this happens. While Rick is super smart, he's not the most mature 70-year-old and decides to throw a massive house party like some kind of out-of-control teen. His 14-year-old grandson begs him to stop, but it's too late. The guests have arrived, and the alien ones Rick invited clearly came from planets where manners haven't been invented yet.
Oh God, oh, that's disgusting. You guys are in my parents' bed. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
This is a party. Everybody should be welcome. Great. Who invited Aberdolf Linkler?
Rick threw that party, so it's only fair that he's held responsible for all the damages the guests inflicted on Beth and Jerry's house. Jessica becomes upset when Brad beats up Aberdolf Linkler, and Morty tries to cheer his crush up by showing her all the cool sci-fi stuff in the garage. Now, normally thinking with his leads to chaos, but the disaster that happens this time is actually another fault.
Oh my God!
Hey, I'm squatting in here!
Oh my God! Oh, that is so disgusting! Ow! Oh crap!
The whole house has been teleported to another dimension where there are giant monsters. Morty has a full-blown panic attack, and to calm him down, Rick assigns him a super important mission: go outside and bring back some Coloxian crystals. When will this kid learn to stop being so gullible?
He didn't die in vain. He got these crystals. And these babies just saved this lame-ass party! Wubba-lubba-dub-dub! Play something. Somebody play something.
Morty almost died retrieving alien cocaine for his grandpa to snort without even a single thanks. Shocked and betrayed, the party pooper throws the rest of the coke away and officially cancels the party. Rick teleports the house back to Earth, but there's no way Morty can clean up all this mess before his mom and dad get home.
Next time I party, I'm just gonna focus on getting totally wrecked.
Rick froze time so the house was spotless when Jerry and Beth eventually stormed through the front door 6 months later. Talk about procrastination. Anyway, Morty was allowed to keep having adventures with his grandpa, but that's definitely not a good thing, as proven by this next episode, Raising Gazorpazorb. Rick and Morty are having a little browse at an intergalactic pawn shop, and there's something for sale that catches Morty's eye for no particular reason.
You know, I thought that robot over there looked pretty cool, you know?
Oh, it looks cool, huh? That's why you want it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's different from the stuff on Earth.
Rick caves in and buys Morty his very own alien robot, but I know he's already having second thoughts.
So we're just going to pretend this isn't happening?
Rick, why would you let Morty bring that thing into our house?
The horny teen chugs all the orange juice and races back upstairs for round 2 with Gwendolyn, but even a robot program will try to avoid getting frisky with Morty.
Where's the robot, Morty?
That is Gwendolyn!
Rascal.
Okay, unacceptable! Oh.
What is going on?
All right, uh-oh.
Rick tries to kill Morty's alien baby, but the rest of the family stops him. Huge mistake. Morty Jr. is actually destined to become one of the most violent monsters in all of the universe. Like, just listen to what this kid's first words are.
Dad.
Oh, what was that, Morty Jr.?
Death!
Dada.
Domination!
Dada?
Destruction, domination.
While Rick and Summer travel to the robot's home planet Gazorpazorb, Morty is desperately trying to teach his son that killing is wrong. Not really clocking, though.
I mean, what about dancing?
I would like to dance on the graves of my enemies.
Oh, no, Morty Jr.!
At his wit's end and not knowing what else to do, Morty tells his evil son that the air outside is poisonous, and if he wants to live, he can never leave the house under any circumstances. Like 3 days pass, and Morty Jr. has already matured into a back-talking, smoking teenager, and Morty reprimands his rebellious son despite technically being the same age as him.
Smoking? That is not okay!
What are you gonna do, ground me? I can't go outside anyway!
So what? You can do things inside! I mean, you could play guitar. You could.
I don't want to. I want to conquer the planet!
Oh, here we go again. You know, who do you think is gonna love you if you conquer the planet, Morty Jr.?
Love. That's all you care about. What about weapons? What about domination of the enemy?
Morty punishes his son by banning the History Channel, and they get into a heated argument about video games. Morty ends up assaulting his son in a fit of rage and tries to apologize, but Morty Jr. would rather breathe poison than spend another minute with his horrible father.
Stop!
My life has been a lie!
Realizing his whole life has been a lie, Morty Jr. goes on a violent rampage throughout town and will hold Rick responsible for all the damage because buying an alien robot from a sketchy pawn shop wasn't really a bright idea, now was it?
Oh my god, Dad! Morty Jr., no!
My car! After a heart-to-heart with his dad, Morty Jr. decides to channel all his violence into creative outlets and leaves the nest to become a writer. His first book was called My Horrible Father, but the next one should totally be My Great Grandpa Turned Himself into a Pickle, because of the next episode we're about to talk. Speaking of which, in the episode Pickle Rick, Pick has turned himself into a Big Mac topping just to get out of family therapy.
Did you do this on purpose to get out of family counseling?
Morty!
Morty, I assure you, I would never find a way to get out of family therapy.
Why is there a syringe of mysterious fluid hanging directly over you? And why is the timer set to 10 minutes from now, exactly when we would have left for therapy?
Beth takes that syringe with her to counseling and leaves the garage door wide open. Thanks to her pettiness, Pickle Rick gets swept down the drain and into the sewers. He slaughters a bunch of cockroaches and rats to fashion his own limbs before escaping through a toilet, one that leads to a top-secret government facility, of all places.
Pickle Rick! Hey, it's cool. Just need to find the nearest exit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No need to freak out.
Narushenye Bizzle Pasto
Pickle Rick hides from the guards in the air vents and gathers office supplies to build weaponry. He demands to be released from the facility, but intruders never leave here alive. Right now, there are 32 trained guards with guns at the ready, all easy opponents for a 6-inch pickle named Rick.
Solenia, he's coming.
Just a pickle.
He's a monster.
Guards are dropping like flies, so the agency director has no option but to unleash a violent, dangerous prisoner to take on the pickle. Jaguar and Pickle Rick join forces and go after the agency director. Scared, he agrees to unseal the building and hand over $100 million worth of bonds to Pickle Rick. After murdering the last of the guards, the coward tries to escape the facility via helicopter but gets outsmarted by a pickle smoking a joint. At long last, Pickle Rick casually rocks up to family therapy, but he misses the parts about Morty peeing his pants and Summer sniffing glue. Even as a pickle, Rick's still the same pretentious jerk he's always been and belittles the therapist for her occupation despite the fact that he's a pickle dripping with rat blood and actual feces. In the end, the family leaves therapy with none of their issues resolved, and Rick transforms back into a slightly less disgusting version of himself.
Man, I missed having hands and blood and a stomach.
I wonder if he ever went back to eating pickles. I guess it would probably feel like eating himself, but then again, this is the guy who literally eats human spaghetti for dinner. At this point, it's safe to say that Rick and Morty are a toxic grandpa-grandson duo.
You're a piece.
Say you can't do it!
I won't!
You won't say you...
Morty. You!
But never in a million years did I actually expect Rick to replace Morty with 2 crows. Yes, literal crows. In Rick Mirai Jack, Rick is still hanging out with his crows and fighting owls. For no reason, to be honest. Morty uses an aging serum to try and emotionally blackmail his grandpa into coming home, but he's just offended by how fat and disgusting he looks.
Morty, why are you now like 40?
That's how long it's been, Rick.
Oh, I guess we can have a drink together then.
Dad got sick, you know. Stage 4. Summer's a nurse. Well, pretty much a nurse. She married a junkie.
That night, Rick discovers that his sidekick Crows have been secretly planning adventures with his arch nemesis.
You're right. We should be enjoying the time we have together.
Crow, Rick! Oh!
Realizing the birds were only using him as a rebound, Rick finally retires his weird crow phase and returns home. Now Morty's got some serious explaining to do.
I'm back, pal.
Morty, who's at the door?
Wait a minute, I thought you died gruesomely.
Okay, look, I may have used an aging serum to kind of emotionally blackmail you a little.
Kind of figured, and I totally get it, Morty.
All is forgiven and Morty gets reinstated as Grandpa's sidekick. He's taken to the Citadel so he can be re-aged to the Build-A-Morty workshop, which is just like a regular Build-A-Bear, only with lots of pain and blood.
Brace yourself. The process does also break every bone in your body. Wait! Ah! Ooh! Ow! I like crayons. Girls are gross.
Now that he's 14 again, they join President Evil Morty for dinner, but he's not the most polite host and holds them hostage before they've even gotten to dessert.
Looks complete. Was afraid I'd have to kill every Rick on the Citadel to get what I needed. You asshole! I vouched for you! You sellout Mortys kill me. I'd hate you more than the Ricks you worship if there was any point. But you can't help it. You were bred for it. Wanna see?
That brain scan shows Morty how the Citadel has been abusing Mortys for years, shipping them off across the multiverse like Amazon packages to become sidekicks for Ricks. Rick breaks free, but realizes Evil Morty has hacked his portal gun to send him to the Blender dimension. While he fights off all the guards and escapes, the rest of the Ricks and Mortys jump through their hacked portal guns and are instantly killed. Rick and Morty escape to the bottom of the Citadel, hoping to find untainted portal fluid, but it's all been drained. Morty refuses to help his grandpa unless he tells him everything from now on, so in order to ensure that he knows what's up at this point, Morty steals the little device thingy and downloads his brain. His crybaby backstory begins to flash before Morty's eyes, as well as a bunch of mass property damage he's committed while trying to hunt down Rick Prime. That's a lot of damage, sure, but it's basically nothing compared to the Pearl Harbor Rick committed in Pro Mortimus. Rick and Morty have landed on Glorzo, a world where large humanoid parasites suck faces and lay eggs. Rick believes the aliens are nothing but low-life parasitic scum, so he was just a little shocked when he saw this.
Okay, yeah, this might be a little harder than I thought. Holy they've got an M&M store.
After putting on dead facehugger disguises, Rick and Morty find their missing ship attached to an alien missile vessel the facehuggers are using to drop their eggs on Earth. The awful disguises have the facehuggers fooled at first, but once Morty's falls off, they make a run for it, destroying everything in their path, obviously. The facehuggers fight back because Rick is literally destroying their city, even with their own stuff.
How big is this city?
I know, it's like pick a lane. Are you facehuggers or industrialists? Damn, feels kind of good when there's no guilt, huh?
As if all the damage he's committed so far wasn't bad enough, Rick decides to commit a fracking genocide against Glorzo because what else can you expect from the god of death?
I am the god of death!
Should have been a better species!
I mean, hey, at least the M&M store is okay. Not that it'll be getting any customers anytime soon, though. Rick Sanchez, Grandpa of the Year, was too preoccupied with committing terrorism to realize he left Summer behind. So he doubled back and wiped the facehugger species out of existence permanently using Morty's crappy harmonica skills.
Jesus, Morty, that's tough.
All right, stop playing, Morty. I got this.
Technically, they weren't completely wiped out, just returned to non-civilization. Regardless, if that doesn't discourage the kid from ever pursuing music, I don't know what will. Right now, this mentally ill scientist has already accumulated $771,240,775 worth of damages. I don't even know what to say at this point. Let's just hope my calculator survives the rest of Rick's atrocities. In the Wedding Squanchers, Rick has been invited to Birdperson and Tammy's wedding on planet Squanch. He hates weddings, but is forced to attend after stupid Jerry gets mistaken for a package.
Shipping Jerry.
Oh, God. Jerry! Where is it taking him?
On Planet Squanch, a 40-year-old literal birdman weds a high school senior, but thankfully this disturbing wedding was all just an elaborate hoax orchestrated by the Galactic Federation.
I really am a deep cover agent for the Galactic Federation. Everyone here is under arrest for crimes against the Federation.
All the criminals who got invited to the wedding are shot dead, but the most wanted one escapes with his family. The agents are hot on Rick's tail. Luckily, his space cruiser can shoot worms for some reason.
Damn it, God damn it!
Earth is the first place the Federation will look for Rick, so the Smiths go shopping for a new Earth to spend the rest of their lives on. The Earth with everything on a cob is downright terrifying. And the Earth where the sun screams constantly is a pain in the ass, so the family has no option but to settle on this much smaller and racist version of the original Earth.
Look at this baby! Would you even know that was an Earth?
Yes, because there's no Africa.
Psh, white people problems, Morty. Let's go down and check her out.
The Smiths TV reveals that Earth has been occupied by the Galactic Federation to track down Rick and is now a popular tourist destination.
Formerly the hiding place of interstellar terrorist and fugitive Rick Sanchez, has just become the 6,048th planet to join the Galactic Federation.
Rick ends up handing himself in so his family can return to Earth, which is now the most popular tourist hotspot in the galaxy.
How long will you be visiting Earth?
Oh, we live here.
The aliens may look harmless with their I Love Earth t-shirts, but in the very next episode, the Rick Shank Redemption, they turn violent and unleash hell upon the planet following the collapse of the Galactic Federation. If Rick never crashed the economy, the Galactic Federation would have never been dismantled, and if Rick had just decided to, not be a terrorist, the Galactic Federation wouldn't have even occupied Earth in the first place. The whole planet wasn't destroyed, but 50 trillion sounds like a fair estimate for the property damage Rick caused here, which is basically nothing compared to all the other terrible stuff this mad scientist has done. Remember the episode Rick Potion number 9? Humanity is still waiting for an apology, old man. So, Morty is basically planning to roofie Jessica with this love potion.
The chemical released in a mammal's brain, that makes it fall in love. All right, Morty, I just gotta combine it with some of your DNA.
Oh, well, okay.
A hair, Morty. I need one of your hairs. This isn't Game of Thrones.
Ow!
All right, Morty, whoever you smear this stuff on will fall in love with you. And only you, forever. Are you happy now, Morty?
Heck yeah! Thank you, Grandpa Rick.
Rick sends Morty on his way, promising nothing can go wrong with the potion unless Jessica has the flu. Guess who has the flu? Yeah, he drugs the poor girl at the dance. She's got the flu. Now the love potion is spreading to everybody in the room via flu particles. I guess this terrifying situation is Morty's karma for being a little...
Oh, crap.
No, I'm sorry. This is what's truly terrifying.
Morty, the principal and I have discussed it, and we're both insecure enough to agree to a 3-win.
Morty races to the car, and Grandpa Rick already has an antidote to end this horny nightmare. I'm starting to think he might not be the smartest guy in the universe after all.
Okay, well, sometimes science is more art than science, Morty.
The mantis love virus spreads super fast. Now there's people all over the world wanting to screw, kill, and eat Morty. Super smart genius Rick releases yet another botched antidote, this time transforming everyone into even more hideous monsters called Cronenbergs, but at least they don't want to have Morty anymore. Rick was too lazy to fix the disaster he created and called it a day by jumping through the portal to another dimension where he and Morty just happened to have died. He never returned to his original Earth and basically doomed Summer, Beth, and Jerry to spend the rest of their lives fighting Cronenbergs. And did he even feel the tiniest smidge of guilt about that? Absolutely not. So how much would the Galactic Federation have spent fixing Rick's big ol' mess? Well, let's talk about the obvious property damage first. The Earth was completely overrun with Cronenbergs and got turned into an apocalyptic wasteland.
Oh my god. What is this place? And what's with Hunger Games Summer?
That's my sister. This used to be my home.
Rick destroyed the entire Earth this time. According to data, there's approximately 2.3 billion houses, 1.64 billion cars, 500 million high-rise buildings, and roughly 150 iconic landmarks on the planet. Now, I don't know what the average global value of all that stuff would be, but going off of what the median values are in the US, Rick has approximately 151 quintillion, 39 quadrillion, 397 trillion, 942 billion, 444 million, 346,876 dollars worth of property damage to answer for at the bare minimum. But wait, there's more. You've also got to consider the cost of reversing all these genetic mutations. There's 8 billion humans on Earth, assuming it would cost at least $1 million for Galactic Federation scientists to come up with a cure in the first place. There's even more money to be spent creating enough doses for 8 billion people, plus all the costs of administering the antidote to everybody on planet Earth. I would estimate that the whole process would rack up $1 billion. And that's being generous. I mean, nothing compared to 150 quintillion, but like still. Moving on to the iconic episode of the Rick Shank Redemption, Rick has just escaped prison by hijacking the Brainlink simulation he was trapped in. He transfers his consciousness to a Galactic Federation agent and heads to the Citadel to find Summer and Morty. After switching his consciousness again, this time with the high-ranking Rick, he teleports the entire Citadel into the middle of the Galactic Federation prison, which of course leads to a violent battle between the both sides.
We just teleported into a galactic federal prison. I'm gonna go take.
Rick then storms the council chamber and murders all the Ricks after getting into a standoff with the last member. They can all escape to Earth now, but Rick Sanchez never leaves a planet without doing something petty first. And this particular time, it's crashing an entire economy.
But watch closely as Grandpa topples an empire by changing a 1 to a 0.
The Blimflark's value just dropped to nothing.
Deploy the Galactic Militia and declare martial law.
Yes, sir. What should I pay them with?
Their payment is the honor they'll feel to serve their... Wait, who's paying me to yell at this guy?
I can answer that. For money.
After the economy crashed, the president killed themselves, the Galactic Federation was dismantled, and the whole galaxy descended into pure and utter chaos. The Citadel had been teleported to the Galactic Federation and got destroyed by the battle that broke out between the two sides. Rick was to blame for all that chaos, so it's only fair to hold him responsible for all the destruction. The Citadel and Galactic Federation are more developed than Earth, so we'll put the damages for this episode at 200 quintillion. A new Galactic Federation was formed after that. The Citadel was eventually rebuilt, but evil Morty blew it up, which reminds me of that time Rick's robot blew up 6 whole planets. In the episode of One Crew Over the Crew-Coo's Morty, Rick's robot Heistatron goes rogue, and yeah, it's not a good day for the Planet Brandon plot. The planet was a similar size to Earth and seemed just as developed, so we'll add another ridiculously long number to our counter. Rick tried to stop Heistatron in its tracks, but just ended up getting in a heated debate with it for 2 whole hours, causing it to self-destruct, probably from the pain of listening to his voice.
That was my plan the whole time. That's what I wanted you to think. I knew you would say that. I programmed you to believe that. You think that's true because I wanted you to think that. And I programmed you to believe that. Goodbye.
Heistatron's colossal storage grid started collapsing and Rick managed to save Earth. Right after Morty attended a Netflix meeting because priorities? It was too late for Rick to save the other 5 planets locked inside the grid though. Oh, who am I kidding? He wouldn't even try to save those planets even if he did have the time. He's selfish like that. A shocking plot twist at the end of the episode revealed that Rick actually planned the entire events of that day. The Earth getting heisted, 6 planets getting destroyed, all to stop Morty from developing his heist movie screenplay.
Script. It's up in his room with his thumb up his ass, skipped out on the last 3 adventures.
I don't know. 5 of my friends got Netflix deals.
What?
You could lose him.
I'm not lose him.
If Morty ever gives up on a single dream, it had better be because of his own disillusionment.
He's just as petty as he is evil. Anyway, the planets that got destroyed were Bigum, Mars, Big Pluto, Crumph, and Spiky Remus. Mars has no civilization, but assuming the others had one similar to Earth, Rick just racked up sextillions of dollars worth of property damage, all to stop Morty from getting a deal with Netflix. You've already watched Rick decimate Earth and blow up multiple planets to bits, so what's the worst act of mass property damage he's committed? Oh, only destroying 2 entire freckin' universes. Well, it was a teeny-verse within a mini-verse, but still, it's the worst thing he's ever done. In the episode, The Ricks Must Be Crazy, Rick's car isn't working, so he and Morty drop down and enter the battery universe that powers the car.
Tell these people they're in a battery, Rick. It's messed up.
Would you relax, Morty? There's nothing dishonest about what we're doing. Now slap on these antennae. These people need to think we're aliens. Greetings! Morty, you gotta flip them off. I told them it means peace among worlds. How hilarious is that?
There's something even funnier than that, if you can believe it.
You!
Who did you say to me?
You told me it means much obliged.
Oh, right.
Rick learns the reason his car isn't working. A scientist named Zeep has created a mini-verse within the microverse. Now they don't need the Google box Rick gave them that powers their universe, and his car and phone. The alien visitors take a tour of the new universe, and Rick berates Zeep for enslaving an entire civilization for power. Morty calls his grandpa out for being a hypocrite, and just to prove that Zeep would react the same way, he finds a scientist who has built a teeny-verse inside the mini-verse.
This is wrong, Kyle. What you're doing is wrong. You're basically... This is slavery.
Told you, Zeep.
Oh, they won't be slaves. They'll work for each other. And
that just sounds like slavery with extras. Wait a minute. Did you create my universe? Is my universe a mini-verse?
Microverse!
While Rick and Zeep fight, the president realizes the insignificance of his own existence and kills himself. Months pass, and Rick, Morty, and Zeep are still stranded in the teeny-verse. Morty became sick of the grown-ups' constant bickering a long time ago, so now he lives with a tribe of tree people who aren't exactly an upgrade from his grandpa Rick.
You have to get us the out of here! These people are backward savages! They eat every third baby because they think it makes fruit grow bigger!
Morty forces the scientists to work together and build a device to get them back to the miniverse. They escape to the teenyverse, and Rick and Zeep race each other to the miniverse. Or microverse. Dude, I don't know, man, anymore. Rick beats him there, but before escaping the car battery, he gives one final, much obliged, to Zeep at the expense of 2 whole universes.
It's a feast!
Oh, you monster!
Whoa.
Rick took his grandkids out for ice cream after that, not even acknowledging the fact that he crushed 2 entire universes in the process, murdered too many life forms to even count, not to mention committed a hell of a lot of property damage. I established in another video that Rick destroyed 10 sextillion planets when he crushed the miniverse and the teenyverse. Assuming the majority of planets in those universes had sentient life with their own civilizations, Rick committed so much property damage, man. And really the only thing I'm gonna do here is just add an absolutely colossal 1 centillion to our tally. Rick used to be my favorite character, but not anymore. Not now that I have to read out the insane, mind-boggling amount of damage he's caused the universe. 1 centillion, 906 quintillion, 436 quadrillion, 437 trillion, 656 billion, 458 million, 332,031 dollars. Well, Rick Sanchez clearly has a lot of explaining to do, but what's this character in hot water for? Click the screen to find out. And thanks for watching.